Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we're going to take a look at Seaquence. So Seaquence is by Okanoke, I think. I think the name of the company is Okanoke, and it was kind of a web-based thing for quite a long time, I think. And the guys that developed this are really enthusiastic about this because they've kind of like developed this from way back when it was on the internet sort of thing, and they've decided to port it now to the iPad. And at the moment, it is only portrait, but they are like keen to implement landscape and audio busting, etc. But you know, if anybody knows me, knows I'm not really keen on filming landscape apps because you can see. You get just a lot of waste here, a lot of waste, and you see my daughter's Spanish scribblings on the wall down here and stuff, and cables everywhere. But however, this is so good and so ridiculously cool that I needed to do this, and I thought it was absolutely fab. So there is a free version, okay, which is pretty good to be fair, and then there's an iPad, I think it's $4.99. Which unlocks all the other stuff. I guarantee you guys, you download this, you will buy it. It's just that good. And the fact that at the moment, like I said, it hasn't got audio bus or interap or AU or anything like that, or even link, but it does have brilliantly MIDI out and MIDI in. So you can do all sorts of cool stuff with that as well. But I'm going to take you through the actual app. So this is how you can get it to sound. Let's create a blank one. So all those things from now, they're called the creatures, right? And each creature is a synthesizer in its own right, okay? And I hope you're listening through headphones, because this field here is like your spatial thing. Now, if we go up here at the moment, you'll see it says, but we haven't got it set to play in the background. And here's your Midi Out settings here. So, you know, you can see. All right. There's a little guide here you should read and watch their intro. Now it says active voices. This is really important, right? This is where this gets cool. At any one time, you will hear 8 voices playing. All right. And this is dependent on where those creatures are in that grid. So for instance, let's just add. Now we add a creature here, and it will randomly generate one. And there it is. And you can move him around, and he'll want to swim back. So you can start to make adjustments, right? This is global. Okay. So you have global delay. And this is your global volume. This is your key. Okay, and this is your BPM, obviously. We don't need to mess with that. If you tap on a creature, it brings up the creature's controls. Okay, so the delay is still going to be global. Here are your notes that are being triggered. Well, if we go into the sequencer, you can see that you're only triggering 2 anyway. So let's trigger a few more. Turn that down a little bit. Here, is your glide, unison, polyphonic, here's your synth, your filtering, your envelope, okay, so you kind of see how that works. Now we can add more notes if we want. We can go to our grid. Now I'm going to set this back on mono and have something glide. Here's our kind of swing. And this is the duration of our sequence. Okay, and these here are our MIDI in, which we can choose our channel, and our MIDI out, up to 1 to 16 again. This I'll explain in a sec. Let's add another. Right, now, notice that you can't hear this now. This is what this is here. This is just soloing the instrument you're working on at any one particular time. So we can make adjustments to this now. Let's bring some in. And let's add another. Let's add one more, and let's make this one. Let's go back to our thing and go up plus an octave to get a bit more of a hi-hatty feel going on there. Now remember what I was saying about the active voices. Let's put that down to 2. Now depending on where they are, the 2 closest to the center will play. So we could keep adding. Let's add a couple more. But only the 2 closest to that center will play. So let's make it 3. And the 3 closest to the center will play. Let's see what's going on with this one. You're going to hear all of them now. Long hold, and you can choose to delete. Now, let's create a new one. Now you might be thinking at this point, well, let's get this sound. It's going to be more pleasant to listen to. What happens if I start adding notes right in the sequence set? Watch what happens to the actual creature itself. Okay, watch. This is how you build this up. See? and watch its tail now. Okay, so you're starting to get the basic idea of how brilliantly cool Seaquence is for creating music. Now this is the kind of, if this, like I said, that's your global. That's your thing again, isn't it? This down here, this is all your, like I said. So say for instance you wanted to save that one, all you need to do is hit that, and you could save that session as another name, even though it's just one thing, and come back to thingy in it, and then leave your untitled blank. But remember, you just delete by holding thingy. Now I'm pretty sure I've covered most things here, so let's just have a listen to some of the very cool sequences of people. This is one I did earlier. And don't forget, listen through headphones, because you'll hear this needs landscape. It needs audio bus or interrupt or AU. As an AU, this would be incredible. The fact that you can send MIDI out anyway is very, very cool and all. And that's for each individual creature as well. I love this. But some of there's another way. There's like a bigger view as well, look. See? And you can just keep adding and adding. I'm not putting Stranger Things back on. I'll get hit with a copyright. Look at this one. So you'll only hear 8 of the... They've got a system right here. Put it down to 3, you'll only hear the closest 3. And some of these you'll see are hardly triggering at all. Now, the other thing it does, let's get back to one that's a little less crowded. Okay, so the other thing it does is you can record, right? See there, it says video, and then there's one that says record audio. You can record audio, and you can record audio and video. So if I hit this now, it'll record the screen. But here's the thing, right? This uses Apple's, I think, replay audio or something like that. And the problem is it records audio in mono. So if we stop that now, and then we can stop that, and then we could save that, say, to the camera roll. If I play that now, you've got a mono. That's the video. Right, and then you can export that and do whatever you like with it. You can stick it on YouTube if you wanted to, but the audio will be in mono. Okay, so that's your kind of problem with that. Okay, the audio too, you can record audio ordinary. Let's see, start recording. I don't know where it's going to save it, but we'll see. Okay, let's save the audio. Right. Okay, so we could let's see what happens if we save it to. Well, that's quite good, isn't it? Glad I checked that. So let's have a listen. Let's have a look in there. Okay, I know I have all trash. There it is. Okay, so you know you could do your mix and then get A. See, that's good already, isn't it? Hey, that's something we didn't know. So there you go. So that's it. Basically, Sequence. I think it's fantastic. But like I said, the basic version is free. Just go and download it and have a mess with it. I guarantee you, it's dead easy to use. You can even add, you can keep adding stuff to the things that are already there, obviously. And it's a random add. It's a random add thing. So you know. It's very, 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 very cool. And you can mess around with all these creatures. It's very nice. But I really do hope it gets landscaper and, you know, other things. But the export thing itself, that's cool beans, isn't it? All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked it, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Consider becoming a Patreon. I'll see you guys later.